Hi there. I wanted to show you a new tool that I came across watching a webinar that talked about like 14 different tools that I thought was pretty cool for incorporating into my computer applications class. So there are these quick checks. We have an online book. So this is our online book. We use Engage a Mind Tap, and at the end of each section there are these quick checks. But the answers are not in the book for the students. Now I can go to the instructor guide and print the answers off for myself, which I do. And I don't really assign these because, students don't really do stuff like that much. But I've always told students, you can go look these up. This is going to help you for the multiple choice part and the comprehension of our chapters, la, la, la. But I thought about, when I saw this tool, creating these little quick check activities. So what I've done is I've created one using this website called Learning Apps, and I'll show you how to create one in a moment. And in Learning Apps, you can create these. You add little placeholders, and then you add words. You can add pictures too. You can use it for all kinds of classes. But basically, a blank is a single characteristic of a person, place, object, event, or idea. If I click on it, then it gives me the choices for all of them together. Now, of course, some of these aren't going to make sense, but that's not really what I worry about. What I want more is for children to try to figure out the right answers to things. So, for instance, this might be the field. A field is a single characteristic. And if they want to, they can hit the check your answer, and it'll tell you that one's green, so it's correct, and all these are red, so they're incorrect. What I like about this is it's essentially just a very simple formative assessment. So here, this would be the common field. You connect records to separate tables through a common field. The blank, whose values uniquely identify each record, that's going to be a primary key. And then former relationships, the foreign key. But anyway, so your students could go through and answer the questions, hit the little thing, it'll tell them if they're right or wrong, and they get immediate feedback, and then they know the right answers to the quick check. I would really rather at least provide something like this for my students, so they at least look at them and know the words and are familiarized with the vocabulary, rather than just assign this and hope that they look at them, which is what I've been doing in the past. So let me show you how this works. We use Canvas LMS at my school, so I have created a page in Canvas and then gone into Edit. And then in Canvas, it's kind of hard to see here, but in the corner there's this little thing here which switches to the raw HTML editor view. And then when you create these, you can get a code. It's just one line. It's an iframe code. And that's the code that I put in there that puts in these activities. So how did I create it? Well, you click on any of them, and they have a bunch of different ones, so there's all kinds of cool things. You could do a big fill-in-the-blank thing. There's crossword puzzles, lots of them. But since I just went to my book, I just took my snipping tool. I'm using Windows, so I just took the snipping tool, which is built into Windows, and I clicked here, and then I snipped this, and I wanted to have the chapter number on there. And then I saved it, and I uploaded it to this program. So I go to Learning Apps. I chose the one I want. It would show you some examples so you can see different things other people have done, which is kind of cool. Like this here is something, and they can go through and do it and then see if it's right or not. They show you examples that other people have created, so that might give you some examples for other things that you could do in your class. They do take a little bit of time to load some days. Some days are faster than others. I think it might depend on how complex the image is. But once you've got it figured out that that's the one that you want to do, you click on Create a New App. You go through and give it a title. So I name all mine exactly the same so that I don't have any confusion about what they are called. And then you're going to click Select Image. And then drag and drop your image or go browse for it. And I'm creating these for each one of these chapters. So Access to 2. Give it time to load. And then you mark on the image. So you tell it you're going to place a marker, and then you can assign what you want it to be. Now notice you have lots of other options. You could give a video, you could give audio, you could give text. I'm doing text to match, so that's what we're doing. So you can either type it in first, like this one here is Control and the little key here. Oops. So I could go ahead and put that one in here, but I'm going to click Place the Marker. And then you go and you put that wherever. So the keyboard shortcut for inserting the value is the same field as that one. I'm going to pick what color I want, put that one there, hit save, and then that's going to assign that control and that little button to that one. Then you just hit add another one. Importing data is this process. So I'm going to click here. You can choose what color you want. Click save, click text, put importing. And then add another one. You just keep going, so it's not really too horribly complicated. Just pick a thing, save, text, and then whatever it is. The data type gallery, and so forth. Now I won't make you watch me do all of these, but you would hit finish editing and show preview. And you can have an option, like, so you could make it so that there were certain ones were green, certain ones were red, and like when you clicked on a green one, it would only show you the green answer options. So you could set it to only show the options with matching colors. So if you did have something way more complex, you could do it like that. And then when they figure them all out, you tell what the message is going to be, but you click finish editing and show the preview, and it takes a minute, of course. You can play your game to make sure that it works, and then once you're sure that it works, you're going to tell it to save it. So I would go through, wait for this to load, try it out to make sure that it all works. I don't capitalize the first words, by the way, just because it kind of gives it away if there's not very many options, and then they can check it. Great, found the right solution. So once I'm happy with it, then I can click Save the App. Now the app is actually created. You can make it a public app if you want. And then here is the code. So here is the iframe embed code. That's what you're going to copy and paste, and then you can put it somewhere. Now you don't have to put it on a website. You can just give them the web link. So I could just give my students this link or post it somewhere, and then they can go in and they can play this. And I'm logged in as me, so it shows up like that. But anyway, I thought this was really handy if you're trying to create some learning activities for your students and you don't want to have to grade something and you want to make it a little more interactive than just like a Google form or something. I thought that this was a great option. So try out learningapps.org.